Class 10, the third chapter, we begin today, water resources. Now this chapter deals with irrigation, their types, their different advantages and disadvantages. Now what is irrigation? You can see over here, irrigation you can define in one single sentence, supplying water artificially to the crops. The word artificially has been highlighted because it is a key word. You have to write this word, without which you won't get marks. If you simply write supplying water to the crops, no marks will be given. Artificially or man-made methods. Okay. Two groups are there of irrigation. Primitive methods, well, canals, tanks. Modern method, tube wells, perennial canals. And a group of 4 names: sprinkler, drip, spray, furrow. These 4 types come under non-conventional method. Why non-conventional? Because under this method, earlier, the irrigation was not practiced. These 4 types were not introduced. They have been introduced recently and they are non-conventional methods. Now, why is irrigation needed in India? India needs irrigation because India's rainfall is highly erratic or unpredictable. You can also write down the word uncertain. And rainfall is very important. Water supply is very important for the growth of crops. Second point, uneven distribution of rain. India is a country where rainfall in all the states are not uniform. Some states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, they get less rain. And some states like Meghalaya, West Bengal, they get good amount of rain. But crops are grown all over the country. So in order to compensate for the lack of rain, those states specially require methods of irrigation. Third point, as you can see over here, to maximize crop productivity. Crop productivity means the amount of crops grown. They have to be maximum. Otherwise, the population, the people of India will not get enough food. There will not be enough items or crops to be exported. Next point, crop requirements are different. So to meet the demand, each crop has its own requirement of water. Accordingly, irrigation is supplied to them. All right. Now, these 4 points are what you need to write if the question comes why irrigation is needed in India. Why water needs to be conserved? Very recently, this has become a problem. Water conservation is very important because we are overusing the water. A time will come, maybe 10 years hence, 10 years from now, when India will suffer from an acute shortage of water. The reason why we have to conserve water for our future generation, because urbanization has overexploited the groundwater. So we have to recharge the groundwater. Increased population will reduce the water level. More the people, more the demand of water will be there. So automatically we have to keep the water stored so that the demand never exceeds the supply. Irrigation is always there, which will require water because we cannot live without food. And water pollution. Recently, because of industrial problems or because of other different reasons, the water that is there is getting contaminated or is getting polluted. So for all these reasons, we need to keep a steady supply of water. We need to conserve the water, not to waste it. 2 government methods are given over here. Rainwater harvesting, which even individuals can do. What is it? Collecting rainwater. When rainfall occurs, we should collect them and then through different mechanisms direct them or transport them underground. What are the aims or the objectives? First aim, again highlighted, to recharge groundwater. Groundwater has to be recharged and rainwater can do that very well. To reduce surface runoff, RUNOFF. This means the water that is wasted after it rains, maximum water is drained away. So that rain water which is wasted should not be allowed to waste. We should rechannelize it, redirect it to the ground, underground, to reduce soil erosion and to avoid flooding of roads. Why roads flood? Because there is a lot of rainwater over there. So if they can be put inside the soil, put inside the ground, then the flooding of the road won't take place. Then we come to another method of water conservation, watershed management. Now this one requires government guidance. What is it? How will you define it? Management and conservation of surface and groundwater efficiently. Two government-oriented movements have taken place, Neeru Meeru and Hariyali. In the next clipping, we will be doing the different types of non-conventional methods of irrigation.